Hi everyone, so this will be the lecture video discussion for topic 2, errors in analysis and analytical measurement. So for this chapter, the student should be able to explain and identify the different types of error and its effects, apply basic statistical methods to calculate accuracy and precisions, and then you will calculate the mean and the median of the group data. Compare accuracy and precisions in analytical chemistry. So you will also examine their characteristics and effects on the measurements and determine the correct number of significance in significant figures in calculation. So errors in the laboratory. So analytical results are often used in the diagnosis of diseases. So ginagamit siya for kanang mga healthcare professionals. So ilahang mga decisions in diagnosing kay based on the data derived from the test and screening. And then analytical result also ginagamit siya for assessment of hazardous wastes and pollution and in solving major crimes and the quality control for most of the industrial products. So errors in this result can have serious personal and societal effects. So what might be the consequences of wrong analysis in the field of environmental monitoring, drinking water, forensic, businesses, and healthcare. So for environmental monitoring and drinking water, so it is very important to know the contamination level if na by contaminants. So if wala siya na-detect ang contaminants, and then kita as a consumer will be affected sa katunga errors. And then for healthcare, so it's very important to have analytical results because kanang less error nga mga results because ang ato ang mga diagnosis dayon unsaon nato pag-treat sa isa ka diseases will be based ato nga mga results. So imagine if naay error sa error sa analysis, then ang diagnosis kay mali pod. So we have types of errors in the chemical analysis. First is the determinate errors or systematic errors. So these are errors that can be determined or eliminated. So determinate errors or systematic errors affects the accuracy of the results. So we have three characteristics of determinate errors. So first, we have determinate errors have fixed values and occurs consistently across repeated measurements under the same conditions. So bali definite ang iyahang value, repetitive. Bisan pag i-repeat nato ang ato ang measurement, same lang gyud gihapon nga mga value ang iyang ihatag. Consistent. And then second, these errors can often be traced back to specific sources. So, kaya na to i-identify ang iyahang causes. So, for example, faulty equipment, improper calibration, or mga procedural mistake. And then third, so the third one is determinate errors affects the accuracy. So, atong na-mention ganiha nga, ang determinate errors kay iyang maapektuhan kay accuracy. So, meaning, they can lead to results that are consistently higher, dako, and lower than the true value. So, this can introduce bias into the experimental data. So, bias in chemical analysis refers to a systematic error which can distort data and lead to inaccurate na mga conclusions. So, it can occur at any stage of the chemical analysis. Pwede na ay bias during the method selection, pwede po during the acquiring of the samples or processing of the samples, pwede nga na ay mga biases nga na-introduce dito. So, bias, it has a negative sign if it causes the result to be low, and then it has a positive sign if it causes the result to be higher. So, we have three types of systematic errors. So, first is the instrumental errors. So these are caused by a non-ideal instrument behavior, by faulty calibrations, or by use under inappropriate conditions. So instrumental errors arises from calibration issues or mechanical failures. For example, volumetric flask or pipette was graduated at 20 degrees Celsius pero gigamit nimo siya at higher temperature or 25 degrees Celsius, then potential nga naay instrumental errors. Or nag-use ka og UV-Vis directly without calibrating or checking the sensitivity of the instrument, pwede pod nga nag-introduce ka og instrumental errors. And then method errors naman arises from non-ideal chemical or physical behavior of analytical system. So, example na ay mga incomplete reactions or inappropriate analytical techniques or naghimo ka og gravimetric method dayon ang precipitate kay wala siya, dili siya insoluble. So gamay ra bali ang precipitate nga na form. So ang hitabo gamay ra pod imuhang nakuha nga value. So naay mga method error nga nahitabo. And then personal error, so these results from carelessness, inattention or personal limitation of the experimenter. So pwede nga during titration kay na misjudge nimo ang color changes from colorless to pink, so wala nimo nabantayan. Or color blindness is also an example of personal error because limitation man siya sa experimenter or sa analysts. And then some personal errors in the medical laboratory, we have patient ID error or lost sample or dugay na transit ang sample, contaminated sample, use of contaminated vials or containers, or wrong test ang gi-perform, or nag-perform siya og test pero wala siya na-align with the written procedure. False negative results. So false negative results pasabot imong ang gi-conclude kay negative. However, ang tinuod is positive. And then other nga mga personal error is late reports, missing reports, laboratory accidents. Near miss is kani mga laboratory accidents nga hapit siya nahitabo pero wala siya na naka-harm sa analyst. And then the effects of systematic errors. So constant errors, these are independent of the size of the sample being analyzed. So sa constant errors, ang absolute error nato kay constant lang bisan pag i-change nato ang atoang sample size. So if we have sample size nga bisan pag natay sample size, for example 5 gram, nag-use tag sample size nga 5 gram and then 10 grams. So the absolute error kay constant lang. So pasabot constant error lang ang naa. And then proportional error, if tas-an nato ang atoang sample size, mutaas pod ang atoang absolute errors. However, our relative errors kay stays constant. And then second type of error in the lab, in the chemical analysis, is indeterminate errors or random errors. So kung ganiha katong systematic, determinate kay ma-determine nato, kani indeterminate dili nato siya ma-determine. So random lang ang iyang randomly nga gaka-introduce nga error sa lab. So it affects the precisions. So random errors are cumulative effect of many small uncontrollable variables in personal judgment that lead to the uncertainty of the measured value. So for example, during chemical analysis kay naay mga brownouts or naay mga environmental nga nahitabo, so kana wala nato na determine, and then potentially causes error sa analysis. Okay, so quantifying experimental errors. So it is impossible to have a perfect chemical analysis, that one that is free from errors and uncertainties. So but ba pasabot nga since walay perfect nga chemical analysis, so does that mean nga ang inyong result kay unreliable? So yeah, very true nga walay chemical analysis nga free from errors and uncertainties. However, pwede na to sila ma-minimize o ma-control. So, to ensure the reliability of the result, we will assess our results. So, first is we will evaluate the error. So, we will identify kung asa, or we will understand where errors might arise, kung gikan ba siya sa instrument, or sa reagent, or sa environmental factors, or sa human errors. And then perform some procedures from known values and compare from standard values. So we have different nga mga standard reagents nga gina-use sa lab to check sensitivity sa instrument, for example. So we will use those nga mga standard reference to validate the accuracy of the measurement. And then calibration of equipment. So some of the equipments needs to calibrate to check the sensitivity if correct pa bang ginahatag niya nga readings. And then we will apply statistical analysis to assess the precision and accuracy of the data. So in applying statistical treatment, so we can identify, or we can check if reliable ba ang ato ang results. So another nga pwede na to buhaton to ensure the reliability of our result is to perform multiple trials or replicates. So we can have replicates. So for example, if naamoy analysis, then you can have 3 to 5 nga sample nga inyo siyang gibuhat in a similar manner. So mao to inyong replicates. So again, replicates, these are samples of about same size that are carried throughout an analysis in exactly the same way. So if atong i-compare, kung naakoy isa lang, so nalang ko isa ka value. However, if naakoy replicate, then naakoy for example, naakoy 3 replicate, so naakoy tatlo value. Naakoy 3 ka values nga pwede nako i-compare to each other. So mas better or mas best nga estimate dayon ang ako ang calculate. So, basic statistical treatments. So, calculation of mean and median. So, for mean, this is the sum of the numbers or the data divided by the number of the measurements. For median naman, the middle value in a set of data that has been arranged in a numerical order. So, sa median, inyo sa siyang i-arrange into numerical order. So, the median is used to determine if naay outlier ang ato ang nakuha nga result. So, ang mga outliers, these are mga values nga differ significantly from the other nga mga values. So, pwede nga ang ato ang outlier can be dagko, pwede pod gagmay nga mga values. Okay, so for example, if naakoy data nga 0.851, 0.852, 0.853 dayon. Ang last day nako kay 0.4. So probably kaning naa diri sa pinaka last significantly differ from others, so might be an outlier sa group. Wala siya i-appeal.